Hello, my name's David Ainsworth, and this is my family's pub in the Yorkshire Dales. We're continuing my mission to find Yorkshire's perfect pint. That's my son Robert driving the Brigadier, a 1930s Bentley. Give it some welly, Robert. Oh, and a pint of real ale brewed in Yorkshire is the best drink in the world. Well, we're going to have a beer festival here. We've got a beautiful building round about the Crook Barn, and the setting is absolutely right for a beer festival. So what we're wanting to do is to go around these breweries, selecting beers to be in the beer festival. And it'll be a competitive event. We're going to be travelling around in this. It's going to be great fun. It's never been so well polished. This is our family's pub. Come and have a look. We got it about 3.5 years ago, and unfortunately the previous landlord had modernised it. He'd taken the fireplaces out, fluorescent lights and things like that. We've had a lot of pleasure in putting it back. Robert, can you give me a hand to light some lamps? But this is going to be the Festival HQ. And it's in here that we will have the festival. We're going to have all the different casks, and these will all be set out all the way around. And then they'll be given a form, and they can tick off the ones that they like. And so at the end of the day, we can assess which is the festival winner. We're off in the Brigadier for a history lesson. So why is Yorkshire so famous for its beer right across the country? It's Yorkshire's water. Water's the main ingredient in beer, and our water is about the cleanest and tastiest you can get. I suppose Tadcaster is the epicentre of brewing in the UK. Massive breweries in a tiny Georgian town. Bass, Samuel Smith's and John Smith's all came here for the excellent water. What a fantastic edifice it is. Late Victorian architecture, absolutely beautiful. But I've just had a walk around the back. It's like a James Bond set. It's all pipes and stainless steel towers that go on forever. Totally different. And I personally have a problem with mass-produced beers. If it's not a real ale, the fermentation stops in these monolithic buildings. But a real ale continues to be alive and gaining taste in the cask until moments before it's drunk. And look, the once mighty Bass Brewery is also in foreign hands now, making grolsch and stuff like that. It'll be fully automated, computer-controlled, and it's enormous. To me, it looks more like an oil refinery. This isn't what we're all about with this festival. We're looking for proper local beers, handcrafted by local people. Isn't there? So let's go and see what a real ale is all about at Skipton's Copper Dragon Brewery, run by Steve Taylor and Ruth Bennett.
It backfires and everything. Amazing.
I might be needing a translator because these two are foreigners. They've crossed the border from Lancashire for one reason and one reason alone. Why Yorkshire? Why have you come to Skipton?
The water. Perfect water for brewing.
Well, what's special about the water?
The neutral position is virtually spot on for all types of our real ales we produce here, David. Why don't you come on and see?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yes, come on.
You know what to do, Robert. Right, come on.
Oh, my word. Oh, welcome, David.
Well, Ruth, where on earth did you get all this passion for beer from?
Well, Steve and I both have a passion for ale, but I would suggest it came from Steve's craft brewing at home.
It is, that's true.
20 years of it. We must have been the only house on the neighbourhood where the cat had Wellingtons. There was malt and steam and everything everywhere. I thought, oh. And when our friends suggested, take this out, take this more professional, you can do it. Yeah. I was so relieved, and I think the cat was as well.
In the 5 years that Ruth and Steve turned a hobby into a business, they now sell 60,000 pints a week. What interests me is that it's a steam-powered brewery. You know, Skipton's steam-powered brewery. And
well,
Fred Dimmer would be proud of it,
he would have loved this place, he really would. All the chimneys and everything else that he could have scrambled up. As long as he didn't try to demolish us, that would be the only thing.
And the new brewery is going to be steam-powered as well.
It is, yes, it is.
Excellent. It's a hive of activity, and watching all this work is making me thirsty. This is the bit I was looking forward to. First up, a little blonde number.
It's a very, very refreshing flavour. Very popular with ladies, gents, lager drinkers.
Yeah.
It's just
lovely.
Wonderful beer.
Right, let's try another.
The Scots 1816 is quite a hoppy beer. It's not for the faint-hearted. For me, I really enjoy it because I love something that gives you that extra bite. Draft, we do it at 4.1, so it's not particularly strong beer, but it is a superb flavour.
Crikey, Ruth really knows the way to a man's heart. Right, let's try another.
I've got to say this is one of my favourites.
Is it?
It's luscious, it's dark, it's fantastic. It's got mystery behind it, this
Well,
one.
I can't wait
It's got chocolate malt in there, roasted barley. It's absolutely...
Too much.
Oh, but it's beautiful.
Yes,
You
how's that
smell it,
taste?
you can smell the chocolate malt in there. It's just delicious. I can't help
No,
but
well
be
done.
passionate. I
Yeah,
enjoy
really
my
good.
ale. to wheel you home.
Oh no, she's pouring me another. Now, Ruth, one thing that I must say I couldn't help noticing, and that is that you're a woman.
Thank you.
And
you noticed.
the brewing industry is not known to be have
No.
people,
it's
women
not.
working in them. How do you feel about being what in effect is very much a man's world?
It's not easy. When we started out in this business, we hadn't got one customer. And I went up into the Yorkshire Dales and I had to convince licensees to try our beer. They'd never tried our beer.
No.
They didn't know who I was from
No, they
Adam.
wouldn't.
Or Eve, shall I
And
say.
that is not easy, is it?
No, it's not. Just because it comes in a pint glass doesn't mean to say that it's a man's drink.
It's tough, this research. They're all perfect for the festival, but I might be peaking too early here. Oh dear.
Should we try another one?
Yeah, let's try another one.
It's so funny. Poor guy.
I've embarrassed myself. Sorry. Those beers tasted brilliant. No wonder they're expanding.
This is being converted into a visitor centre with the whole experience for
Right.
anybody coming down. I do believe that the way forward, if you want to expand at the rate we have managed to do so, is to provide people with an experience.
Anyway, where's the brewery?
Well, the brewery is out the back.
All right. Steve, this is absolutely fantastic. Steve has created the new brew house so visitors can come in here as well. What does all this amazing investment mean to you?
Well, we're now able to fulfil our order books. In a 5-day working week, the brewers can produce 172,000 pints on this plant.
Wow.
Ruth's enthusiasm came from 12 years ago when she helped me to do craft brewing at home. And she always took a very, very keen interest, even from the early days, and this is what it's led to.
Well, I can't believe it. I think it's fantastic. I've had a great idea. More sampling. It's going very well, Robert. Very well. Ruth's seen the light and enjoys real ales. But what about her young sales team?
Oops, steady on, David. Right.
Well, what we're thinking of doing is just having a bit of fun with the girls in the office and see if they can actually identify your beers. Come on, Becky. You're the first one. Let's get you blindfolded.
You can't see, can you, Becky? No.
What do you think that is?
I think it could be the Challenger.
Well, Becky, I'm afraid to say that it is not the Challenger.
It's not. No, it is.
We knew we'd get there in the end. But it's a difficult fitting blindfold. What do you normally drink?
Vodka lime and soda.
Oh, well. Useless. Now then, this is Ruth's daughter, Sarah.
She better get this right. If she doesn't get this right, she's in big trouble. Black gold normally smells quite like roasty, chocolatey smell.
Right.
Challenger IPA?
Oh. No, you stupid girl.
Twice!
1816. Has the Alcopop generation no taste buds left?
The pressure is on.
Come on, Avril.
Oh, I think I know. That's black gold.
It is, yeah.
Well done, Avril.
Well done.
Oh, thank goodness, you can keep your job.
There we go. A totally pointless experiment. But more and more women are turning to real ale. That's another beer for the festival. I am
Wonderful.
very impressed.
Thank you. Good luck with the festival.
Yeah. I think I could fall asleep on the way home. Right. Back at Festival HQ, and it's time to, have a drink. A couple of pints first, please, and one for yourself.
You're looking a bit peaky there, David.
We've just come back from Copper Dragon. I was very, very impressed, I must admit. I've got some great news for Robert and Mark, our very talented cellarmen. We've just picked up a gong from the campaign for Real Ale. You read out what it is, Robert.
Camera Pub of the Season 2008.
I mean, Mark, this is attributable to you to a large extent. because you keep the beer so well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the brewing process being in the cellar, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yes.
Let's put it back over here, Robert.
Not easy to get.
Not easy to get at all. Hey, rock on. Camera was established in the early 70s and has been doing great work in the name of proper beers ever since. I can remember such brews as Brew 10 and Watney's Red Barrel, and they were pretty dreadful. But the brews have become so powerful that they thought they could dictate to the customer what they had to drink.
Isn't he right that they used to deliver all these nitro beers in great big tankers and pipe it straight into the cellar?
That is absolutely right. I can remember them coming to Skipton. There was a whipbrake wagon turned up, and it was like a petrol tanker, parked up. Great big pipe went round, stuck it down a hole in the pub, and it filled up these great big tanks. I mean, that, and people were expected to drink it. But there was a revolt, and it was driven by Camera, and they've been incredibly successful. I remember once asking one of them, how do they attribute it to the success that they've had? And they said, well, it's because we're a very well-oiled organisation. There's no nicer way to round off a busy day of sampling beer than enjoying a perfect Yorkshire pint with friends and family. I think I need an early night, quite honestly, because we're off early in the morning. We're going to the Yorkshire Wolds to meet a farmer who brews beer.
I'll bring my polishing cloth.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.